If you've ever paid $197 of interest in a single month and still felt broke, you're not bad with money. You just never got the 4 rules that control the whole game. Harry learned that on a random Tuesday at 10:12 a.m. He works a call center job for a heating company. His take-home pay is $2,743 a month. Rent takes $1,300. Car insurance is $189. Gas is $164. Phone is $72. Groceries are whatever's left. If your month feels like that, you're not alone. School taught Harry how to find the area of a triangle. Nobody taught him how to keep his cash from leaking out of his life. So he did what most people do: pay bills, swipe card, hope next paycheck fixes it. Then his alternator died. $586 on a credit card. Again. He sat in his car, staring at the repair estimate, and he felt that hot, quiet panic, the one that makes you do math in your head like it's a prayer. And right there, Harry finally asked the question you've probably asked too. Why does it feel like I'm working and still losing? Here's what he discovered. Money isn't a subject, it's a system, and the system runs on 4 rules they forgot to teach you in school. Rule 1. You don't need a bigger budget. You need a buffer. Most people hear buffer and think 6 months of expenses. That sounds impossible, so they do nothing. But the buffer isn't a flex, it's a shock absorber. So Harry started smaller, not an emergency fund. A bill buffer. He picked 2 bills that, if he could cover them without stress, his whole month would change. For him, it was car insurance and groceries. That's $353 total, not 6 months, 2 bills. He opened a separate account on his banking app and named it 2 bills. Not savings, 2 bills. Because your brain treats names like rules. Then he did something weird. He didn't transfer money on payday. He didn't set a weekly auto move. He didn't do a spreadsheet. Instead, every time he paid for something that used to surprise him, he paid the buffer first. Gas, $5 into 2 bills. Groceries, 10. A takeout meal, 7. By the end of month 1, 2 bills had $112. Month 2, it hit $241. Month 3, $368. Then his car battery died. $148. Old Harry would have swiped the card. New Harry opened 2 bills and paid it in seconds. Month 4 almost broke him. His phone screen cracked at the worst time. $219 to replace it. He stared at the checkout screen and felt that old urge to pretend it wasn't real. But then he noticed something new. 2 bills wasn't savings. It was protection, so he didn't buy the newest phone. He replaced the screen, used the buffer, and then rebuilt it the next 3 weeks. That's what a buffer does. It doesn't make you perfect, it makes you recover fast. And if you're thinking, that's not a lot of money? Good. The goal of Rule 1 isn't a big number. The goal is to become the kind of person who doesn't panic. Because once you stop panicking, you stop making expensive decisions. Rule 2. Your pay isn't your pay. Your pay is your real hourly rate. School taught you salary. It didn't teach you what salary costs. Harry made $21 an hour on paper, but his commute was 35 minutes each way. Gas, wear, parking, random coffee, random I deserve this. He worked about 160 hours a month, plus about 24 hours commuting. That's 184 hours tied to the job. Now take his take-home pay. $2,743 divided by 184 hours. That's about $14 an hour. That number explained why small spending kept hurting. A $16 meal wasn't $16. It was more than an hour of his life. So he made a new rule. Buy time back before you buy stuff. He started with one category: convenience food. He made a ceiling, $39 a week, not per meal, per week. And he made it physical. He withdrew $39 cash every Monday after work at 5:10 p.m. That cash went into his wallet. When it was gone, it was gone. Week 1, it was gone by Thursday. Week 2, he stretched it to Saturday. Week 3, he had $12 left on Sunday night and he felt something he hadn't felt in a long time: control. When you see your real hourly rate, you stop asking, "Can I afford this?" You start asking, Is this worth my Tuesday? Rule 3. Interest is not a math topic. It's a direction. School taught you interest like it was neutral, but interest is either pushing you forward or pulling you backward. Harry's credit card didn't feel dangerous because it was easy. Tap and done. But the interest was quietly eating his future. So he built what he called the kill switch. Not a payoff plan, a switch. He found the one number that mattered most, the minimum payment. His minimum was $87. He decided he would never pay only the minimum again, even if he could only add $11, because the minimum is a trap disguised as a suggestion. Every time his paycheck hit, he waited one day just to see what bills cleared. Then, on the second day at 8:40 p.m., he made one payment to the card. Always more than the minimum, always. Month 1, he paid $101. Month 2, $126. Month 3, $144. Nothing heroic. But the card stopped being money. It became debt with a leak. Now, this is the part that surprises people. Harry didn't drain the debt first. He built the buffer first, because without the buffer, every surprise becomes debt again. Rule 1 protects you from new debt. Rule 3 drains the old debt. They work together like a lock and a key, and that brings us to the best reveal. It's the rule school really forgot. Rule 4, you don't get rich by saving leftovers. You get rich by controlling order. Order beats motivation. George Clason wrote, "The richest man in Babylon almost a century ago, and his big idea wasn't complicated. Money follows a sequence, and Morgan Housel in The Psychology of Money keeps circling the same truth. Behavior matters more than intelligence. Most people run their month like this. Paychecks arrive, bills hit, life happens. Then they try to save whatever's left. That's like trying to fill a bucket after you've already spilled it." Harry flipped the order, but not with some perfect budget. He created a simple money map with 4 lanes. Lane 1 was bills that keep the lights on. Lane 2 was 2 bills, his buffer. Lane 3 was the kill switch payment. Lane 4 was future. And he didn't do it on payday. He did it on the first Sunday of the month at 6:20 p.m. because Sundays feel like resets. And resets stick. He sat at his kitchen table with a cheap notebook. He wrote 4 lines: lights on, 2 bills, kill switch, future. Then he wrote the exact amounts he could commit to for the month. 2 bills was $94. Kill switch was $133. Future was $27. Then he opened his investing app and bought a boring index fund, a basket of hundreds of companies, with that $27. Not because $27 changes your life, because the habit changes your identity. And here's the wild part. The amounts didn't matter as much as the sequence, because sequence removes decision-making, and decision-making is where most people lose. Month 1 of this new order, Harry didn't feel rich. He felt tight, but he didn't feel scared. Month 2, he hit his buffer goal again, even after a surprise dentist bill of $162. Month 3, his credit card balance dropped below a number he hadn't seen in years. $2,000. Month 6, he looked at his accounts and saw proof. 2 bills had $409. His credit card balance was down to $1,682. And his investing account, tiny as it was, showed $194. He wasn't wealthy, but he wasn't trapped. And if you're thinking, okay, but my numbers are different, good. Your numbers should be different. The rules don't care about your income. They care about your order. So here's how you use these 4 rules starting tonight. Rule 1, pick 2 bills that would stop your panic. Build that buffer first. Rule 2, calculate your real hourly rate. Then set one spending ceiling that buys time back. Rule 3, find your minimum payment. Then build your kill switch. Always pay more than the minimum. Rule 4, create your 4 lanes. Set your sequence on a reset day. Then repeat it until it feels boring. Because boring is the goal. Boring means the system is working. And one day, you'll have the moment Harry had. A surprise hits. You don't freeze. You don't swipe. You don't hope. You just handle it. That's what school forgot to teach you. Not how to make money, how to keep it from escaping,